The Shroud of Turin is a 14-foot linen cloth that bears the image of a man who appears to have suffered physical trauma in a manner consistent with the biblical account of the crucifixion of Jesus. The cloth is housed in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. The shroud first surfaced in the 14th century and has been the subject of much scientific and religious debate. Some believe that the shroud is the authentic burial cloth of Jesus, while others view it as a medieval forgery. In 1988, scientists conducted carbon dating on a small sample of the shroud and concluded that it was produced between 1260 and 1390, suggesting that it could not be the authentic burial cloth of Jesus. However, more recent research has called the accuracy of this carbon dating into question, with some scientists suggesting that the sample may have been contaminated. History. The Shroud of Turin is a linen cloth that bears the image of a man who appears to have suffered physical trauma in a manner consistent with that suffered by Jesus Christ during his passion. The shroud is believed by many to be the burial cloth of Jesus, and it is one of the most studied and controversial relics in the world. The shroud first appeared in the historical record in 1353, when it was brought to France by a French knight named Geoffroy de Charny. It was later taken to Turin, Italy, where it has been housed ever since. Over the years, it has been the subject of numerous scientific studies, including radiocarbon dating, which dated the shroud to the 14th century. Despite this, many people continue to believe that the shroud is the genuine burial cloth of Jesus, and that it was somehow miraculously imprinted with his image. Some have even suggested that the shroud is a genuine photographic negative, created by some unknown process that is yet to be understood. In recent years, the shroud has been the focus of a number of scientific studies, including one led by physicist Paolo di Lazzaro, which used advanced imaging techniques to study the shroud in unprecedented detail. While these studies have not yet provided definitive answers about the shroud's origins, they have revealed a number of intriguing mysteries that continue to captivate the imaginations of believers and skeptics alike. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please share also. To find more awesome content, please visit my blog page, link in the description. The scientific authenticity. The Shroud of Turin is a linen cloth that bears the image of a man who appears to have suffered physical trauma in a manner consistent with Jesus Christ's death as described in the Bible. For centuries, believers have argued that the shroud is the burial cloth of Jesus and therefore a holy relic. However, the scientific authenticity of the shroud has been the subject of much debate and study. One argument for the authenticity of the shroud is the fact that the image on the cloth appears to be a negative photograph, a technology that was not invented until the 19th century. Additionally, the image on the shroud appears to be three-dimensional, which some argue could not have been achieved through artistic means in the time period in which the shroud is believed to have been created. However, skeptics argue that the image on the shroud could have been created through the use of chemicals or other means. In 1988, a group of scientists conducted carbon-14 dating on the shroud and concluded that it was created between 1260 and 1390, centuries after the death of Jesus. This conclusion has been challenged by some, who argue that the carbon-14 dating was flawed due to contamination or other factors. Overall, the scientific community remains divided on the authenticity of the Shroud of Turin. While some believe it to be a genuine holy relic, others argue that it is a medieval forgery. Ultimately, the question of the shroud's authenticity may never be fully resolved, as new scientific techniques and technologies may be needed to definitively answer the question. Theory that proves that the Shroud of Turin is not real. According to this theory, the Shroud of Turin was actually created in the Middle Ages as a way to make money and gain power. Some believe that it was created by a group of artists who wanted to make a profit by selling the relic to religious institutions. Others believe that it was created by the Catholic Church as a way to gain power and influence over the people. There is also evidence that suggests that the image on the shroud was created using medieval techniques, such as painting or printing. Some experts have even claimed that the image on the shroud is not a real image of a person, but rather an artistic depiction of what Jesus might have looked like. Despite these claims, many people still believe that the Shroud of Turin is a genuine relic and that it has special powers. Some people believe that it has miraculous healing powers, while others believe that it holds the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Regardless of whether or not the Shroud of Turin is real, it remains an important part of religious and cultural history. Whether it is a genuine relic or a clever hoax, it has captured the imagination of people for centuries and will continue to do so for many more years to come. Thanks for watching.